If you're looking to launch a Patreon campaign, whether you're a beginner or you already have an audience, or you're really just looking to monetize that, you're gonna wanna listen to today's YouTube video because I'm getting into some of those Patreon tips that are going to allow you to raise more funding from the crowd, to get more patrons, to be able to grow this Patreon base into a community that really enables you to do the work that you love doing. Now, my name is Salvador Briggman. I'm the author of Tricks for Launching a Successful Patreon Campaign. I've also put out lots of videos over the years on Patreon, really helping creators turn their passion into profit. I also do publish a podcast pretty much on a weekly basis where we're bringing on creators who are sharing with you exactly how they're raising funds from the crowd and how they're turning their passion into profit, being able to cash in on the crowdfunding gold mine. And that's why I wanted to put out a video here today, because I think there's just a lot of boilerplate, not so great information for those Patreon creators out there in the audience. And all you're looking to do is to set up this campaign so you can harness the power of subscription-based crowdfunding and have residual income flowing into your bank account, but so you can also impact the world for the positive. And if that sounds like you, listen up, because we're going through these tips in just a second. My first tip is that your page is not about you. Your page is really about the benefits that you're delivering when it comes to those patrons. This is really a marketing exercise when it comes to your page. You're about improving conversion rates on the page. The more people that you send to that page and the higher the conversion rate, the more that are going to become patrons and a part of your community. So think about structuring that page. What are you offering? Pretend you're a stranger and you just stumbled across this Patreon campaign. What are you offering? What does it look like? And what are they getting out of it? My second tip sounds a little bit strange, but actually this will improve conversion rates depending on wherever you are sending that traffic to your Patreon campaign, and it's to be aware of your branding. So when I say branding, I'm thinking about the color scheme, the fonts, and really when someone realizes that they've really stumbled on your specific Patreon community. Because I can't tell you the number of times where someone clicks on a page, is like, wait, is this the thing that I was looking for? And they click off, right? You don't want to have confusion, you want to have alignment. So for example, if you're sending people from Instagram and you have a certain brand look and feel when it comes to your colors and your fonts that you're using and your language, make sure you mirror that when it comes to your campaign page on Patreon. Tip number 3 is that the hidden conversion killer is uncertainty. So don't just set up your campaign and then start driving traffic, right? Fill out that page a little bit, have a couple of posts, really try to get some people to join your community. If you already know them, it's an easy yes. That way you're gonna have what's called social proof and credibility. People are gonna start to see activity when it comes to your page. There's gonna be a lot less uncertainty of like, is this real? Is this still active? If I join this, am I gonna regret it? Because that always is going to kill conversions. Tip number 4 is kind of like a sneaky trick that a lot of us marketers love to use when it comes to converting cold stone traffic. And it's that when you're ever presenting an offer, you don't want to just have one pricing tier. You always want to have at least 3. And here's why. When you have 3 tiers, typically the average backer, the average patient is actually going to gravitate towards the middle tier. So the lowest tier probably has the least amount of value. The middle tier has some pretty decent value. And you have the sort of the upper tiers, right? So you want to have at least 3 tiers when it comes to setting up your Patreon campaign. But if you're a beginner, you don't want to start with more than that, because it's going to create what's called analysis paralysis, where someone's not sure which one I should choose, which one is best for me. And when a person is confused, they're never going to buy. When a person is confused, they're never going to become a patron. So set up your tiers and try to stick to 3 if you're just a beginner. Tip number 5 is that Patreon performs differently than other crowdfunding websites out there like Kickstarter or Indiegogo. And typically you're seeing smaller amounts, sort of micro commits, but on a more consistent basis. So whether you're starting with just an initial $1 tier, if you're even doing something more like a $5 tier, a $10 tier, even a $15 tier, really start to think about the average amount that you're asking someone to pledge in order to become a part of your community. And based on the studies, I say between $5 to $7 when it comes to the average amount that an individual is pledging on Patreon. For certain categories, it's much larger at more $25, but I'd say across all of them, it's probably that $5 to $7 sweet spot. Number 6, the tiers are also a great marketing technique to be able to actually inject an element of personality into the naming, the phrasing, and really what's included in those tiers. So this should be a pleasurable, fun experience. Remember, most people are subscribing to Patreons because either they want to learn something or they want enjoyment and fun. They want to be entertained. They want to join an experience of some kind. So add a little bit of that marketing creativity to how you're titling those tiers and also how you're formatting them. Now, tip number 7 is actually something that so many of my coaching students were not aware of before they did an individual one-on-one coaching call with me, which I'll tell you about more towards the end of this video for those of you that are serious about turning your passion into profit. And that's the fact that you can actually have a free tier on Patreon if you'd like to. Now, there is a strategy behind that. I wouldn't say that every single creator should have a free tier, but having a free tier is one way to build up your Patreon community ahead of time if you're really in that beginning early stage and you want to use a specific strategy that goes beyond the scope of this video in terms of turning those free subscribers into patrons. Tip number 8 is a little bit controversial, folks, and I think this might be different than what other people might say, but this is what I'm telling you because this is really what's proven to work, and it's that you don't want to just have your best content at your highest price tier. And here's why. It's because you want to have your existing patrons have an incredible, beautiful experience when it comes to your Patreon campaign. And if you hold off on your best content just for your premium tier, they're not going to have that level of experience that causes them to continue to subscribe to your Patreon campaign, to have a long lifetime value when it comes to their Patreon subscription, and also even deciding to upgrade their tier. So give a Patreon subscriber a great experience and deliver something that is of value. Don't just hold off on all of your value for your premium tiers. Tip number 9 in my list is really about waking up to the reason why patrons are subscribing to your Patreon campaign. And it isn't usually just about content, right? Because content can kind of get old. A lot of the times it's about community. It's about the experience that they're looking to gain, and really when they're going from point A to point Z, or what they're trying to get closer to when it comes to this area of their life, whether that's an emotional experience, whether that's something they're looking to experience in their own life, or even a skill gap. You got to get strategic and start to think about what is the transformation that you're offering. Someone could live their life without being subscribed to your Patreon, which is point A or case A. In case B, they're subscribed to their Patreon. How is their life improving? What are they getting out of this? And what's the overall transformation that you're promising when it comes to your community? Want to take all the stress out of fulfilling your Kickstarter rewards? Fulfillrite is the turnkey solution that puts product delivery on autopilot. The Top Campaigns uses trusted high-tech provider to store, package, and ship their products. Focus on growing your business. Leave shipping to the experts. Don't wait. Get a custom quote from Fulfillrite today. Link in the description. If you're enjoying content just like this, you might really like my book, Tricks for Launching a Successful Patreon Campaign, which I'll link up down below. That book is overflowing with tips, tricks, tools, tactics, and techniques that you can use to get more patrons, to raise more with your Patreon campaign, and really have this be a career, which is insane to say, but this is actually possible nowadays to become a full-time creator. So go down below and check out my book, Tricks for Launching a Successful Patreon Campaign. Now, if you're not yet ready to invest in that guide, I do also have a free course on Patreon, which is going to walk you through some of those proven strategies which you can employ when it comes to getting patrons. Specifically, if you are a beginner and looking to jumpstart this process, go and check out my free course down below at crowdcrux.com/Patreon course. I'll include that link in the description of this video, and also a link to my guide, Tricks for Launching a Successful Patreon Campaign. Again, if you want to get access to that free course, go down below at crowdcrux.com/Patreon course, enter your name and email, and you'll start getting some lessons from me, sharing with you exactly what you got to do to get this Patreon launched with a bang. Tip number 10 is to get creative with what you're actually sharing behind the scenes when it comes to your Patreon. So a lot of the times we kind of are limited by our creativity. We think, oh, I'm just going to share more content on the Patreon. But in reality, you could give earlier access. You could have behind the scenes content, or even extended footage, or extended podcast episodes, or extended blog articles. You could even teach something if you wanted to when it came to your Patreon, like the methods that you're using. For example, if you're a podcaster, in order to publish your episodes, or if you're a writer, the method that you're using in order to come up with new stories. So get creative about the value that you're delivering when it comes to your Patreon campaign. And in that way, you're going to have those patrons that are staying around for much longer and really limit the number of people that are going to churn when it comes to your account. Tip number 11 is to systematize this process. Now, I love creativity, dude. I love to be able to think about new ideas and implement those. But what I will say is that if you are a creative type and you're listening and you know this about yourself, sometimes you're not as good when it comes to the structure side, right? So get structured. Use this as an opportunity to create a content calendar so it's very easy for you to manage your Patreon. Yes, the Patreon campaign is a great way to work those creative juices, but you don't want to burn out. And the way to do that is to make it very efficient when it comes to the way in which it uses your time. And that's why a content calendar is my next point. Make sure you use one, not only when it comes to your own work online, but also when it comes to your Patreon campaign. Tip number 12 is that you need to really be willing to market and promote your Patreon campaign. And I can't tell you the number of coaching students that I'll have that are a little bit shy or a little bit just held back from actually doing this. So if you're putting out content online or if you're growing your audience, you gotta be willing to market your Patreon campaign. And from a marketing standpoint, what we mean is include CTAs in your content, which is going out on multiple channels. So that way you can build traffic, you can build content that's directing traffic to your Patreon campaign, and you can automatically have people that are joining and subscribing and becoming patrons on a regular basis, which is good for you. So make sure you're willing to market it and have a marketing strategy going into launching your Patreon. Tip number 13 is that it's going to take multiple touch points for a potential patron to then become a part of your community. So what do I mean by multiple touch points? I mean, there is a customer journey that someone is going to go through before they become a patron, before they actually subscribe to your campaign. And oftentimes there are multiple touch points. They need to see your work or see the content or see the Patreon multiple times before they actually subscribe. So that way, it's much more reasonable to consider marketing, putting out content, directing attention, and doing that on a multi-platform strategy, because again, it's gonna be multiple touch points before someone does convert. Tip number 14 is to really launch this with a sequence and not just randomly announcing, hey, I now have a Patreon campaign, because it's probably the easiest to begin to initially get patrons once you do launch it, and then you're gonna grow that campaign over time. So you wanna have a structured sequence going into the launch of your Patreon campaign. And by that, I do mean things like email marketing. I do mean things like teasing content and really beginning to talk about this more and more, creating urgency, excitement, and hype, and even a deal which you can offer for those founding members who do join your Patreon campaign first. And my next tip, if you're looking to grow your subscribers and get more patrons, is to incorporate paid marketing. And this is much more, I'd say, of an advanced technique or tip, but you can use paid marketing not only to target your existing audience, but also a cold audience. And when you're doing paid marketing, you do want to think about the marketing funnel, right? That you're putting people through in order to go from being a cold stone stranger to actually becoming a member of your Patreon community. I would not recommend this if you're just a beginner and getting started, but we can talk about this on individual one-on-one coaching calls, or you can get more expert, seasoned experience to help you when it comes to paid marketing, because you got to know your numbers, right? When it comes to that, and you got to build a dedicated marketing funnel. And that brings me into my next tip, which is that you gotta track your marketing. And I know that this is so much that I'm throwing your way. And if you do need a little bit of help, I'll tell you in just a second how you can get that. But you do wanna track your marketing, because this is one of the benefits of doing digital marketing, which is the fact you can track customer journeys. You can see how long people are on your page. You can also see what's causing them to subscribe, right? So you wanna make sure that you're tracking your marketing. And in that way, you're much more intelligently picking the channels that you're gonna choose to direct those cold stone visitors to Patreon from, and what you're really gonna double down on when it comes to your marketing strategy. And my next tip seems very obvious, but I can't tell you the number of Patreon creators that just don't do this, which is to do your research. Pull together other example campaigns. Look at what the greats are doing when it comes to Patreon, so that way you can emulate their success, you can model their success, and you can really have a sense of what is possible in terms of the TAM for your specific market. So the total addressable market. How big is this? Is this worth your time? Is this going to become a larger business opportunity, right? Do your research and do your homework when it comes to your industry vertical. And the final point that I have for you is that if you're listening to this, Sal, this sounds like a headache, or this sounds very confusing, a lot of moving pieces. You want to have a little bit more guidance going into your launch. You want to dot your I's and cross your T's. Not only do you want to set this campaign up right if this is your first time, or if you already have one, to grow your campaign when it comes to Patreon, go down below and make the best investment of your life and book an individual one-on-one coaching call with me. This is an incredible opportunity to not only get aligned with the right vision when it comes to your strategy, but also to implement the tactics that are proven to work when it comes to getting patrons to your page and driving funding in the long term. This can be a massive win if you get it right, and making sure that you have this new revenue source that's consistently producing revenue when it comes to your business or your creator life and revenue streams. Go down below and book an intensive one-on-one coaching call with me at the link crowdcrux.com/coaching, and we can get this figure it out ASAP at that link, crowdcrux.com/coaching. Don't hesitate, don't wait, do that today at crowdcrux.com/coaching. Regardless, I hope that you enjoyed this video and you continue on your pursuit as a creator of impacting the world for the positive, getting out there and moving towards your goals with ferocity and really being willing to also put out content to coalesce a community. You're doing great work. You're serving a higher purpose, and people out there are connecting with you likely if you have really started with this journey. So hope you enjoyed this video. Again, my name is Sal. Hit subscribe if you want more content just like this. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you next time.